Quiet weather this early morning with late day rain and snow on the way. More about that coming up in just a moment.
Zachary Fritz, the man accused of fatally stabbing his wife more than 50 times, learned his fate in court. I'll have that decision up next.
And right now this morning, a shooting on the north side of La Crosse. What we know right now. President Trump says the war in Iran is won. Iranian forces aren't acting like it, though. The latest just ahead. Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter on this Thursday, March 12th. It is 6 a.m. Good morning to you all. Happy Thursday. We're almost there. We'll send it over now to meteorologist Art Jarrett. We're also back just right in the thick of winter, aren't we?
Yes, it's going to be one of those next few days to finish out going to the weekend and possibly into the beginning of next week. We're talking snowfall, rainfall, a mix of rain and snow, wintry mix, all going into it with ice as well. City Cam showing you how quiet weather this early morning, holding on to a little light breeze now kicking up for Eau Claire. As you can see, the flag is moving. Roadways are doing great for everybody out there right now. As you get into how this all shapes up, you're looking at 30 degrees for Winona. It feels like 30 degrees with 10 miles of visibility. Things are looking pretty nice and quiet out there. Lows this morning, though, we're in the teens. Man, it is getting chilly out there. 19, 18 degrees out there, up to about 30 degrees in the forecast. So you're going to need to bundle up the kiddos if you're taking them out to school. You're also going to hold on to light rainfall that's been leaving the area here out there by Juneau and Adams County, and it continues to work its way out towards Lake Michigan. As you go through a little sunshine coming in through the morning for La Crosse, and then when we finish out in the afternoon with increasing clouds to mostly cloudy, then cloudy skies by the 2 o'clock hour, filling in by rainfall possibly coming in as we go between 4 o'clock and 6 o'clock this afternoon into the evening hours into your evening commute, and that will quickly turn into a mix of rain and snow. Similar conditions for Eau Claire as well. Sunshine in the morning giving way to cloudier skies by the noon hour, though. That continues all the way through the remainder of the day. By 4 o'clock, you're looking at rainfall turning into a mix of rain and snow going into your evening commute as well, and that will continue to be much wider and broader. Milder conditions today with temperatures widespread in the 30s, 40s as well in the forecast, so please be careful and have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Art. We now know where the La Crosse man accused of stabbing his wife more than 50 times will spend the rest of his life. News 8 Now's Seth Padilla is in the newsroom with those details. Good morning, Seth.
Good morning, Alexandra. Zachary Fritz will spend the rest of his life in a psychiatric institution, not a prison. In court yesterday, Judge Elliot Levine found Fritz not guilty by reason of mental disease in the fatal stabbing of his wife. His attorneys argued he was in a manic episode caused by bipolar disorder at the time of the killing. The judge sided with the defense's forensic psychologist over the prosecution's expert, who argued he was not mentally ill.
No, he's faking it. He said, because from my experience, he's faking it. Well, by Dr. Ender's experience, he wasn't faking it. She has more experience in these type of facilities and this type of situation than he does.
This was the outcome that we were seeking in this trial. It's obviously the very beginning of the journey for Mr. Fritz.
Has been found not guilty due to mental illness. The same verdict was reached in a 2009 domestic abuse case. Reporting live from the newsroom, Seth Padilla, News 8 Now this morning.
Thank you for that update, Seth. And a woman is in custody this morning after police say she discharged a weapon while intoxicated on La Crosse's north side. Police arresting 48-year-old Mary McGuire at her Avon Street home yesterday. She faces charges of first-degree recklessly endangering safety and operating a firearm while intoxicated. Nobody was hurt in what police are calling an isolated incident. In Vernon County, a simple text could now save a life. Dispatchers there can now receive 911 text messages. Residents can text 911 from anywhere in the county and get a response just like a traditional call, all part of Vernon County's upgrade to next generation 911.
We have a lot of preset or pre-typed messages that we can select to send from, but the biggest thing is going to be probably, do you need police, fire, or medical?
The sheriff's office reminds people texting 911 should only be used when talking isn't safe or possible. And Vernon County is expanding when storm sirens will sound. Those will now activate for severe thunderstorm warnings tagged destructive by the National Weather Service. That means winds of 80 miles per hour or higher, or hail at least 2.75 inches, about the size of a baseball. A bipartisan proposal to legalize online sports betting is gaining a lot of attention at the state capitol. That bill would change what gambling looks like for people here in the Badger State. News 8 Now's JDS McGee explains.
Right now, sports betting in Wisconsin is only legal inside tribal casinos. But a bipartisan proposal would allow people to place bets online using their phones or computers, as long as the servers hosting these wagers are located on tribal land. Supporters say the bill would formalize something that's already happening for many around the country.
Other states have been really moving on this. We in Wisconsin have not. And so, I think we all recognize that there's, people here in the state of Wisconsin that participate in this stuff, and we do not have a legalized system in this state yet.
Several Wisconsin tribes say expanding online sports betting could also create new economic opportunities for the entire state and help to prevent illegal gambling.
By allowing a legal framework for mobile sports wagering through Wisconsin's tribes, the state will see increased revenue through the state gaming compacts, and consumers will have the legal protection needed to ensure they receive fair play.
But some experts say making betting available on mobile devices could dramatically change how accessible it becomes.
The fact that it's mobile will definitely increase the reach of sports betting, and it potentially turn any space into a sports betting space. So that can include work, could include family time, that could include even being at the game itself.
Reporting in La Crosse, Jadis McGee, News 8 Now this morning.
The bill's now awaiting further action in the state Senate. And the results are in. Voters choosing between Joyce Betts and Jeremy Johnson for town supervisor in Minnesota's Sheldon Township. Johnson winning with 17 votes to Betts' 6. A live look now at the White House this morning. The war in Iran now in day 13. The president is claiming victory, but Iran is still launching attacks on neighbors and ships in the region. World leaders also releasing millions of barrels of oil from reserves to combat rising prices. CBS's Jared Hill reports.
Returning to Washington,
most people say it's already been won.
President Trump claiming victory in the war on Iran, even as Israel intercepted Iranian missiles over Tel Aviv. Speaking in Kentucky, Trump said the war will continue until the job is done.
We got to finish the job, right? We don't want to go back every 2 years.
The Pentagon says U.S. forces have hit nearly 5,000 targets in Iran over nearly 2 weeks, hundreds dead. Wednesday, Israel announced more strikes on Tehran. The UN Security Council has called on Iran to stop its retaliatory attacks on other Gulf states. But so far, Iran is not backing down. Its most recent strikes sparked fires in Bahrain, Dubai, and Oman. The Strait of Hormuz paralyzed after attacks on boats, including this Thai cargo ship and these oil tankers near Iraq.
This doesn't sound like a war that, we can simply declare victory tomorrow.
In the turmoil, oil prices have spiked worldwide. One of the U.S.'s largest family-owned packaging companies says they're absorbing higher shipping costs, but can only do that for so long.
Consumers see that price reflected in the grocery store.
Now the U.S. and other nations in the International Energy Agency say they'll release 400 million barrels from their strategic petroleum reserves.
We're going to be doing it very quickly, and then we'll fill it up. We'll fill up our reserve.
The president says the U.S. will tap 172 million barrels starting next week. Jared Hill, CBS News.
The Pentagon also says roughly 150 U.S. service members were injured in the first 10 days of the war. Law enforcement, meanwhile, downplaying concerns, though, about a possible Iranian drone strike on U.S. soil. An FBI memo warned Iran may attempt a seaborne drone attack off the California coast. But multiple U.S. and state officials say there is no known specific threat behind that currently. The time now is 6:08. Still ahead, oil prices back above $100 a barrel this morning. What that means for you at the pump. And the war in Iran driving up airfare, what you need to know before you book. Tax scams are on the rise. How to tell if that IRS call is real. Coming up in your consumer news.
Right now at Home Furniture, when you spend $9.99, get 7% tax relief. Spend $29.99 or more and get double tax relief. Plus, 3-year special financing. Double tax relief savings. Only at Home Furniture.
Get an 11% rebate on everything when you shop at Menards. When you're looking for new appliances, Menards is the place to shop. You'll find an excellent selection, the best prices, and top brands ready to take home today. Whether it's for a laundry room or kitchen, big or small, you'll be sure to find an appliance that fits your lifestyle. Right now, pick up this Criterion stainless steel dishwasher at a value of $379.99 after rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Or get a total value of over $6,100 on this Sierra 1500 model. Plus get $3,000 trade allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
Hello, I'm Franklin Graham. Jesus said, come unto me, all ye who labor and are heavy laden, and I'll give you rest. Maybe you've been burdened by the sins of your life and the mistakes, and you just would love to have rest for your soul. Well, I want you to know that God loves you. He made you. He created you. And he sent his son, Jesus Christ, from heaven to this earth to take your sins. That's right. He took your sins to the cross. He died and shed his blood on a cross. And he was buried. But on the third day, God raised him to life. And if we are willing to repent, turn from our sins, tell God that we're sorry, and by faith, believe on Jesus Christ, and invite him to come into our hearts, to take control of our life, God will forgive us and cleanse us. And you can have a new life, a new beginning, starting today, right now. Invite him to come into your heart. God bless you.
I met my abuser when I was 10. He was my Sunday school teacher. At 18, I was pressured to marry him. Chris Taylor was the first person to stand up for me. She worked with both parties and with law enforcement to pass laws to protect survivors like me. Chris listened, and my abuser went to prison. On the Supreme Court, Judge Chris Taylor will continue to protect Wisconsin.
Judge Chris Taylor, protecting our rights, defending our freedoms.
Springtime has arrived at Home Seasonal Concepts. Right now, get a free custom order patio fabric upgrade from select top outdoor brands. Plus, get up to 14% off sale prices and 3-year special financing on porch and patio at Home Seasonal Concepts.
In our consumer news, oil prices back above $100 a barrel this morning. Prices climbed again today despite the U.S. and 31 other countries agreeing to a historic release of oil reserves. The war with Iran is the driving force. The Strait of Hormuz remains effectively closed as Iran continues attacking ships in the area. And the war is hitting travel plans as well. The Middle East travel sector is losing at least $600 million a day. Major hubs like Dubai, Doha, and Abu Dhabi, which normally handle more than 500,000 passengers daily, have now been closed for nearly 2 weeks. The disruption is sending airfare soaring worldwide. Nearly 3 dozen Buc-ee's locations have an F rating from the Better Business Bureau. The BBB says 88 customer complaints went unaddressed. Grades are based on complaint history and how disputes are handled. No word yet on whether this affects Buc-ee's planned for here in Wisconsin. And with tax season underway, scammers, as usual, trying to get your refund. Jen Sullivan has tips from the IRS on how to spot a fake letter or call and keep your personal information safe.
From text messages to phone calls.
We are reaching you to inform you that IRS is filing a lawsuit against you.
Urgent messages claiming to be from the Internal Revenue Service. But more likely, it's a scam.
The bad thing about scammers and schemers is they change their tactics, so there's always a new thing that they're using.
Stacey Engel with the IRS says if there is an issue with your taxes or if you owe money, the IRS will send you a letter in the mail. She says the IRS will never contact you through a text message and will only call or email you if you've given them permission to do so. If someone does call claiming to be the IRS, Engel says tell the caller you want to verify who they are. Ask questions.
We are not going to get mad at you if you say, I'm not giving you any information. The IRS will explain to you what your balance is. They will let you pay via check, money order, direct deposit, credit card, debit card.
The IRS will then direct you to make a payment online or by mail. They will never demand payment over the phone.
If an IRS employee calls you, they are assigned your account, so their name should be on any notice that you received.
Engel says the letter will also include a QR code, which will take you to the IRS website. When filing online, how can you protect your personal information, especially if you need to email your W-2 to an accountant?
Emailing any documents with your social security number is not a great idea.
Kristen Lewis with identity protection company Aura says black out all personal information before sending it. Never work on tax documents using a public Wi-Fi network. And if you are sending personal data, use password-protected encryption. I'm Jen Sullivan.
The IRS also recommends receiving your refund by direct deposit rather than a check in the mail. That's a look at your consumer news. We'll send it back over to Art now. He's got an update on our forecast.
Okay, what we're having with dealing with today is quiet weather this early morning, holding on to the possibility of, again, we're known at 30 degrees, feels like 30 degrees out there, 10 miles of visibility. So quiet morning holding on as we load this up all the way into CityCam. For La Crosse, you're holding on to quiet weather. Folks in the morning commute there, crossing, coming in from, you can see from the across the river there, holding on to the possibility of quiet day. And then all the way through Eau Claire, you have a little bit of light wind kicking in, but the winds, my friends, will kick up later on up to at least 45-mile-per-hour wind gusts, possibly up to 60 miles per hour to finish out. As you can see, we've got a lot of alerts going on. All that gold you see right here, pretty much holding on to a high wind warning in play, 5 p.m. all the way into Friday, 10 a.m. We're looking at wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. We'll also hold on to the wind advisory as well. That's pretty much for our region here, all the way in the brown tan color there. You'll hold on to that with the winter weather advisory up to the north up by Rusk County, then getting all the way up into the north there. You'll see the pink there. That's all in for a winter storm warning that's in play. We're looking at 2 to 5 inches of snowfall possibly in the forecast. We also have Saturday night going into Sunday night all the way to Monday possibly. We're looking at an alert day, or 2 alert days in the process for the weekend, holding on to dangerous travel due to snow and wind. Those winds will be up to 60 miles per hour once again, holding on to all areas, of course, and we're looking at exceeding 12 inches of snowfall. We'll hold on to how this all plays out. Lows this morning where you're looking at teens in the 20s and the low 30s down to the south, 29 for La Crosse, 25 for Eau Claire. You'll have some rainfall that passes out of Juneau and Adams County heading towards Lake Michigan for now. That's it for clearing skies. Then we have mostly clear right now, getting all the way into how this all shapes up. You're looking at a better view here with more moisture on the way, kicking in. You've got rainfall down to the south, working in through Billings, Montana, and then working into Wyoming as well, then getting up to the north into Canada, holding on to more of that rainfall and snowfall mix as well, getting up there. We'll see that on the way with winds starting to pick up later on as we go through the afternoon. You're seeing those winds light, then they get up to about 25 miles per hour as we go right into the 3 o'clock hour. By that time, it starts to funnel in as we go into your evening commute to finish out that. You're seeing winds all the way up to at least 30 miles per hour plus in the forecast, up to near 40 mile per hour winds. That continues on increasingly all the way into the 11 o'clock hour and the midnight hour and into your Friday, where the winds will even be stronger, going all the way into the early afternoon. You're looking at folks holding on to mostly cloudy to cloudier skies with some rainfall associated with that. That rainfall will turn quickly into a mix of rain and snow as we finish out from the evening commute, going into the latter portion of your evening as well, where you're holding on to at least Trempealeau looking at 43 degrees, La Crosse at 46 degrees. You're having some mostly cloudy skies there with rainfall up to the north and to the east portions of the area, looking at cloudier skies, temperatures in the low to middle 40s in the forecast. Then once you get up to areas by Eau Claire, you'll see at least cloudier skies working all the way through Fall Creek, as well as the Chippewa Valley. Eau Claire getting up to the north there by Ladysmith. We're looking at mostly 30s and the 40s in the forecast, where you're looking at cloudier skies as well with rainfall to boot. You'll even get this coming in early as you go right through the 9 o'clock hour this morning. Snowfall tries to press into areas by Eau Claire, maybe a flurry or two. Then that breaks down, moving up to the north more so. Then rainfall kicks in as we go into the afternoon, as I mentioned before. So across the river, just after the 4 o'clock hour moves in, you can see by 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, rainfall is in the region here. Light stuff down to the south. You've got a mix of rain and snow up to the north, and that continues on, turning into more snowfall to continue on all the way through, with heavier rainfall working in with light to moderate rain as we go through the 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock hours in the middle portions of the evening. And by the time we get to 11 o'clock, that's pretty much working out of the region. We'll hold on to how this all looks as we finish out going all the way into the remainder. You'll see this continue on all the way into Friday morning, but you'll you'll see at least late day rainfall to a mix of rain and snow into your Friday morning. Then a 20% chance in the afternoon with windy conditions still finishing out by the 1 o'clock hour tomorrow. We've got alert days for Saturday and Sunday for dangerous snowfall and wind coming in the forecast, and that carries over into maybe into early morning Monday. So be safe and have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Art. And now your live wake-up call with downtown Winnipeg, Canada, also known as the PEG, home to the world's longest naturally frozen skating trail. With winter hanging on, not a bad time to lace up. Sports is next.
Waking up in the city that never sleeps. The UWL women's basketball team out on the East Coast for their historic Sweet 16 appearance this weekend. Hear from the team, plus the Cooley Conference losing one of its members. I'll tell you who and when next in the Blitz.
A judge made a ruling on the man accused of fatally stabbing his wife more than 50 times. I'll have what the decision was and everything you need to know coming up.
Even getting out of bed is a struggle.
Sounds like a lot of pressure.
And pain.
Good thing you came to Slumberland. This Tempur Pro Adapt provides adaptive support and pressure relief to help you sleep.
Getting out of this bed is gonna be a struggle.
Slumberland. Stop stressing, start sleeping.
Shopping for your next car or truck? Get more with Maury's. More trust, more value with Maury's More Care program, which includes complimentary first year of maintenance on new vehicles and complimentary powertrain warranty on pre-owned vehicles. Get more with Maury's.
Some days, everything goes your way. This is not one of those days. Good thing the Gator XUV can navigate rugged terrain and haul whatever the day demands. Because when work happens, you've got a Gator for that. The Gator XUV, built for every kind of workday.
Conquer every task on your list. Visit Tractor Central, take a seat, and see for yourself why nothing runs like a deer. Start now at TractorCentral.com.
Password 1234.
Incorrect password.
Technology, am I right?
We need a new tech lead.
This is the job for Sponsored Jobs. Sponsor your job on Indeed and get matched with quality candidates when you need them most. Visit Indeed.com/hire now.
Something wasn't working with my feet.
Was diagnosed with plantar fasciitis.
So I went into the Good Feet store and bam.
They wanted to make sure that they gave me the right arch support.
It really brought me back to being able to be me.
Reclaim the good life with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store. Good feet, good life.
If you have a crack like this, well, you have a problem. Today I'm learning how a cracked wall might mean your foundation is sinking.
It always points towards the area where it's sinking. For example, this corner here, we're down almost a full inch of drop.
Right, so that's going down and that's causing the crack.
Correct. And then this door, they don't even use that door anymore. It cannot open.
Innovative Basement Authority is now Groundworks. Schedule a free inspection.
Sorry, I'm just a bit uncomfortable. It's my mattress.
Good thing you came to Slumberland. This Stearns & Foster provides the ultimate comfort and craftsmanship for a luxurious sleep.
Amazing.
Slumberland. Stop stressing, start sleeping.
Okay, let's see. Headlines from News 8 Now? Check. Live updates all day? Check. Local breaking news? Yep. Weather every 10 minutes? Yes, please. Well, that was an easy choice. News 8 Plus. It puts the now in your day.
News 8 Now Sports.
Into the Blitz. Well, after their first proposal was shot down back in December, after further review, the WIAA's Board of Control approved a move for Viroqua to join the Southwest Wisconsin Conference in the 2027-28 school year. Initially, the WIAA's Conference Realignment Task Force voted against the move, with 13 of the 14 voters advising the Blackhawks stay in the Cooley Conference. But after an in-person appeal presented by Athletic Director Dan Brown in January, the committee voted 15-1 in favor of allowing Viroqua to join the SWC. The reason for Viroqua wanting to change conferences were enrollment and fit, which includes the rural outlook of schools that compete in the Southwest Wisconsin Conference. This is for all sports besides football and hockey. Meanwhile, the UWL women's basketball team started their trek out east yesterday with the Big Apple as their end destination, as the Eagles will compete in the Sweet 16 for the first time in program history tomorrow night. Now, you won't find a more close-knit team than this group of ladies, and while that does help their play on the court, it also just makes the entire experience that much more enjoyable.
What makes this team special is just like our bonds that we have. Like, I
couldn't think of like a team that's even like stronger, like connection wise, like outside the gym and inside the gym. We're just all very connected, which just makes getting this far even more fun.
The 1,000 mile and roughly 16 hours of travel is another piece of adversity that UWL will have encountered this season, but luckily the Eagles have learned how to persevere, which means focusing on the things you can control and not looking too far ahead.
We have to, because there's no tomorrow unless we take care of today. So really just wherever we are, we got to have our feet there. And it's going to be a big week of travel going all the way to New York, but trying to just stay in the moment with each other and really enjoy each part of the process.
Lacrosse slated to play at 4 o'clock local time on Friday against Southern Maine, and if the Eagles advance to the Elite Eight, they'll face the winner of two-time defending champion NYU and Hardin-Simmons on Saturday. And the Badger men's basketball team will begin their Big Ten tournament run a little later today as they'll face Washington once again. Tip scheduled for 1:30 on Big Ten Network. That's all for your Morning Blitz. Kate will see you back here later tonight.
I am a lead foreman here at Asher Lasting Exteriors. I enjoy seeing the customers get excited about their new windows and doors. They seem to really like the product we install. I enjoy the job and I love what I do.
If you want selection, then that's what we've got at King Furniture. More mattresses. Did you know you spend a third of your life sleeping? So you better have the best mattress you possibly can. King has a huge selection to choose from at every price range. We'll even deliver your new mattress and haul away the old one for free. Take time to find the exact mattress you want because you're going to be sleeping on this for a while. Head into King Furniture today.
Skiing, snowboarding, time with friends. You'll love winter at Mount Lacrosse. Lock in fun for next winter with a season pass. Buy now and get the best price of the year. The spring sale ends March 15th, so stop out or visit us online to get your season pass today. Mount Lacrosse has been making winter family fun for over 65 years. Come out and make some memories.
I met my abuser when I was 10. He was my Sunday school teacher. At 18, I was pressured to marry him. Chris Taylor was the first person to stand up for me. She worked with both parties and with law enforcement to pass laws to protect survivors like me. Chris listened, and my abuser went to prison. On the Supreme Court, Judge Chris Taylor will continue to protect Wisconsin.
Judge Chris Taylor, protecting our rights, defending our freedoms.
Chevy trucks are as capable and dependable as the Chevy people who drive them. You probably know one. Your sister. Your buddy. The ones who always show up. They all have that little extra something. And maybe you got it too.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Right now, get over $7,300 total value on this 2026 Chevy Silverado. Plus, Costco Executive members can get a $12.50 members-only incentive.
It's Hy-Vee's Friday the 13th sale, Friday, March 13th. Get items for under $3. Pork chops are just 88 cents. Hy-Vee eggs, just 99 cents. Dole chopped or premium salad kits, $2.88. Jack's Pizza, just $2.99. Starkist Chunk Light Tuna, 77 cents. Save on 24 packs of water and more. Friday the 13th. And every day, you'll find the same low prices online as in store. Only at Hy-Vee.
I am a lead foreman here at Asher Lasting Exteriors. I enjoy seeing the customers get excited about their new windows and doors. They seem to really like the product we install. I enjoy the job and I love what I do.
Miss a story or need to watch it again? Find them all on the News 8 Now app.
Quiet weather this morning, but things will change once we get into the afternoon. Breezy and gusty winds and rainfall on the way. More about that in just a moment.
Zachary Fritz, the man accused of fatally stabbing his wife more than 50 times, learned his fate in court. I'll have that decision up next.
And a shooting incident on the north side of La Crosse, what we know this morning. President Trump, meanwhile, says the war in Iran is won. Iranian forces aren't acting like it. We'll have the latest update. Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter on this Thursday, March 12th. It is just about 6:30. Good morning, everybody. We will start by saying good morning to meteorologist Art Jarrett. Tracking, what are you tracking out there, Art? Do we even want to know?
A little bit of some rainfall kicking out of Juneau and Adams County. Good morning to you, by the way, Alexandra. We'll get into how this all shaped up. And good morning to you at home. We're holding on to quiet weather this morning, giving way to some mostly clear skies right now. You get into Eau Claire, La Crosse right now, looking pretty quiet for you. And the folks that are getting on their way to work right now, doing pretty well on the roads. You'll also see as we get into Eau Claire right now, holding on to at least a little light breeze currently right now, but nothing like we'll experience later on. Winds up to 30 miles per hour. We'll kick it up to at least 40 to 50 miles per hour to finish out the day, possibly 60 mile per hour winds. You'll also have the winter weather ahead here. You're looking at a winter weather advisory in the purple. You'll see that also up to maybe 3 to 5 inches of snowfall on the way, impacting your evening commute. Slick roadways as well. The winter storm warning kicking in as well in the pink. That will also hurt your the possibility of, again, bringing in heavy snowfall in the forecast. We've got the high winds going through our region here, all the way through Eau Claire up to the north as well, down to the south to Prairie du Chien and La Crosse. We'll also be holding on to the possibility of this. Lows this early morning, 20s, teens, and some 30s in the forecast. So it's kind of cold. You want to bundle up a little bit today. Holding on to how this all shapes up, as I mentioned before, we're holding on to a little light rainfall coming in as we go right into the early afternoon, into the evening hours, I should say late afternoon to the early evening hours into your evening commute. Similar conditions for Eau Claire, turning into a mix of rain and snow on the way. So when I come back, I'll have a better overview of how this all shapes up on this mild day.
All right, Art, thank you for that. And we now know where the La Crosse man accused of stabbing his wife more than 50 times will spend the rest of his life. News 8 Now, Seth Padilla is in the newsroom with that answer. Good morning, Seth.
Good morning, Alexandra. Zachary Fritz will spend the rest of his life in a psychiatric institution, not a prison. In court yesterday, Judge Elliot Levine found Fritz not guilty by reason of mental disease in the fatal stabbing of his wife. His attorneys argued he was in a manic episode caused by bipolar disorder at the time of the killing. The judge sided with the defense's forensic psychologist over the prosecution's expert, who argued he was not mentally ill. Fritz's attorney says this was the outcome they wanted, and the judge said institutional care was necessary.
This was the outcome that we were seeking in this trial. Nobody's going to feel good at the end of this. Nobody wins. A family has been torn apart, and the community lost somebody that was very much loved.
I believe he poses significant risk of bodily harm to self or others under 971.172, and institutional care is necessary.
This is the second time Fritz has been found not guilty due to mental illness. The same verdict was reached in a 2009 domestic abuse case. Reporting live in the newsroom, Seth Padilla, News 8 Now this morning.
Thank you for that update, Seth. And a woman is in custody this morning after police say she discharged a weapon while intoxicated on La Crosse's north side. Police arresting 48-year-old Mary McGuire at her Avon Street home yesterday. Excuse me. She faces charges of first-degree recklessly endangering safety and operating a firearm while intoxicated. No one was hurt in what police are calling an isolated incident. In Vernon County, a simple text could now save a life. Dispatchers there can now receive 911 text messages. Residents can text 911 from anywhere in the county and get a response just like a traditional call. It's part of Vernon County's upgrade to Next Generation 911.
We have a lot of preset or pre-typed messages that we can select to send from. But the biggest thing is going to be probably, do you need police, fire, or medical?
The sheriff's office reminds people that texting 911 should only be used when talking is not safe or possible. And Vernon County is also expanding when storm sirens will sound. Those will now activate for severe thunderstorm warnings tagged destructive by the National Weather Service. That means winds of 80 miles per hour or higher, or hail at least 2.75 inches, roughly baseball sized. A bipartisan proposal to legalize online sports betting is gaining a lot of attention at the state capitol. The bill could change what gambling looks like for people in Wisconsin. News 8 Now's Jadius McGee explains.
Right now, sports betting in Wisconsin is only legal inside tribal casinos. But a bipartisan proposal would allow people to place bets online using their phones or computers, as long as the servers hosting these wagers are located on tribal land. Supporters say the bill would formalize something that's already happening for many around the country.
Other states have been really moving on this. We in Wisconsin have not. And so, I think we all recognize that there's, people here in the state of Wisconsin that participate in this stuff, and we do not have a legalized system in this state yet.
Several Wisconsin tribes say expanding online sports betting could also create new economic opportunities for the entire state and help to prevent illegal gambling.
By allowing a legal framework for mobile sports wagering through Wisconsin's tribes, the state will see increased revenue through the state gaming compacts, and consumers will have the legal protection needed to ensure they receive fair play.
But some experts say making betting available on mobile devices could dramatically change how accessible it becomes.
The fact that it's mobile will definitely increase the reach of sports betting, and it potentially turn any space into a sports betting space. So that can include work, could include family time, that could include even being at the game itself.
Reporting in La Crosse, Jadis McGee, News 8 Now this morning.
The bill's now awaiting further action in the state Senate. And we'll take a live look at the White House this morning. The war in Iran now in day 13. President Trump claiming victory, but Iran is still launching attacks on neighbors and ships in the region. World leaders now releasing millions of barrels of oil from reserves to combat those rising prices, as CBS's Jared Hill reports.
Returning to Washington,
most people say it's already been won.
President Trump claiming victory in the war on Iran, even as Israel intercepted Iranian missiles over Tel Aviv. Speaking in Kentucky, Trump said the war will continue until the job is done.
We got to finish the job, right? We don't want to go back every 2 years.
The Pentagon says U.S. forces have hit nearly 5,000 targets in Iran over nearly 2 weeks, hundreds dead. Wednesday, Israel announced more strikes on Tehran. The UN Security Council has called on Iran to stop its retaliatory attacks on other Gulf states. But so far, Iran is not backing down. Its most recent strikes sparked fires in Bahrain, Dubai, and Oman. The Strait of Hormuz paralyzed after attacks on boats, including this Thai cargo ship and these oil tankers near Iraq.
This doesn't sound like a war that, we can simply declare victory tomorrow.
In the turmoil, oil prices have spiked worldwide. One of the U.S.'s largest family-owned packaging companies says they're absorbing higher shipping costs, but can only do that for so long.
Consumers see that price reflected in the grocery store.
Now, the U.S. and other nations in the International Energy Agency say they'll release 400 million barrels from their strategic petroleum reserves.
We're going to be doing it very quickly, and then we'll fill it up. We'll fill up our reserve.
The president says the U.S. will tap 172 million barrels starting next week. Jared Hill, CBS News.
And the Pentagon also says roughly 150 U.S. service members were injured in the first 10 days of the war. Law enforcement, though, downplaying concerns about a possible Iranian drone strike on U.S. soil. An FBI memo warned Iran may attempt a seaborne drone attack off the California coast, but multiple U.S. and state officials say there's no known specific threat behind that. A Minnesotan crowned at last week's World Cheese Championship for the best provolone. Xavier Walt has the story.
At the foot of Spirit Mountain, Burnett Dairy is offering cheesegoers a variety of different dairy delicacies, including one that's officially been named the world's best. That distinction comes as the company's provolone, and aged provolone, was named first in class at the 2026 World Cheese Championships in Madison, Wisconsin.
We're checking the online results all the time. So we know when the contest judging happens, and yeah, I know just from experience that the results from the first day come out somewhere around 7 p.m. at night. So I'm always watching the results page to be updated.
And those results? 7 different medals across different categories, including 2 first-place cheeses, both of them the provolone, straight off the production line.
But basically, yeah, I pulled it right off of the production line, and then I have a special case that I put the provolone in just to give it a nice, even cylinder shape. So the judges want to see not only flavor and texture, but they want to see a nice packaged, even shaped cheese.
The recognition comes during a pretty important time for the company as well, with the co-op celebrating 130 years in 2026.
A lot of dedication from our patrons, I guess, that keep a place going for 130 years. And then we're always striving to this continuous improvement here all the time. So, getting a couple gold medals and 7 medals overall is kind of an affirmation that we're on the right track.
And according to Hafler, it's the little things and the unsung heroes who make good cheese great cheese.
It starts with the farmers and the quality milk that we get from the farmers. Our patrons, our owners, and that's where we get the milk from. So it's really everybody. It's a team effort. Everybody's caring about quality here, and that's how you make championship cheese.
And don't you worry, Burnett Dairy has said they'll be right back to defend their curd crown in 2027.
Before we head to break, it's time to look at today's Look Who's 8.
All right, Spencer is 8, and her mom says she has a big heart, loves to show off her creativity. She loves gymnastics and her dog, Maddie.
Happy birthday, Spencer. And Judy is 80. Her daughter-in-law says she is one of the strongest, kindest, and most generous ladies she knows. Her whole family wishes her the best on her birthday. Super cool ride you've got there, Judy.
Right on. If you know a special someone turning 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 18, 80, or 80 years old soon, we'd love to feature them.
Just upload their photo to our website, news8000.com, and look for the Submit Pictures button underneath the Home tab. Coming up, all 41 La Crosse County board candidates invited to one room. How to get there and what to expect in a live interview next.
Right now at Home Furniture, when you spend $9.99, get 7% tax relief. Spend $29.99 or more and get double tax relief. Plus, 3-year special financing. Double tax relief savings. Only at Home Furniture.
When is Westby Creamery cottage cheese more than cottage cheese? When you turn it into a rich, creamy, high-protein frozen treat or irresistible high-protein donut hole bites. When is Westby Creamery French onion dip for more than potato chips? When it becomes not grandma's potato salad or flaky, savory French onion puff pastry rolls. There are so many fresh ideas waiting for your next get-together or those days you just need something quick and easy. For more recipes and inspiration, visit westbycreamery.com and click on the Recipes tab.
Get the lowest prices of the year during sales fair at Nelson Agri Center, Friday, March 13th through Saturday, March 21st. Get huge savings on Milwaukee power tools. Stock up on paint with our buy one, get one specials. We'll have deals on fencing, gates, seeds, and more for your farm. Plus, get an $8 store credit towards already low prices with the junk battery trade-in sale. Thousands of items will be on sale at the lowest prices of the year at Nelson Agri Center, downtown Viroqua.
Here at Carl's, you'll find the top name brand appliances.
During our Slam Dunk Savings event, save up to $2,000 instantly on major appliances. Plus, get up to $3,000 in vendor rebates. Purchase an LG 4-piece kitchen package and get this LG 55-inch TV free.
The hot buys are right here, right now at Carl's.
Save on Serta mattresses.
All TVs are on sale.
The spring grill shipments have arrived.
Carl's, your servicing dealer since 1956.
Everyone deserves to be connected. Big cities, small towns, everywhere in between. And staying connected shouldn't break the bank. That's why T-Mobile and US Cellular have joined forces. And now that we've combined networks, T-Mobile covers more places than ever before. America's best network just got bigger. Join now and your plan price is guaranteed for 5 years. T-Mobile and US Cellular, better.
Find happiness. Find something familiar and new. Find connection. Find culture. Find community. Find yourself at the La Crosse Symphony.
Get your tickets now for Classical Magic on March 14th. Sponsored by O'Flaherty Law and Gillette Pepsi Company at lacrossesymphony.org.
Right now at Home Sleep Express, get 10% off sale prices on Prana Sleep and Thomas Cole Sleep. This Valora Pillow Top Queen mattress is just $9.89, and this Karma Elite Hybrid Plush Queen is $21.59. Plus, get 3-year special financing now at Home Sleep Express.
Well, good morning to you. Quiet weather happening this early morning, giving way to some rainfall later on in the late day with cloudier skies on the way. We'll have some sunshine today as you get into Eau Claire in the morning hours, and that'll change as you go to the noon hour. Cloudier skies on the way. Folks are doing quite well on the roads. You have a little bit of light breeze out there right now. As you get into it, we've got the winter weather advisory in the purple. We also have in the pink there a winter storm warning. That's all in play coming in from 7 p.m. this evening. Others are going to come in later on. You can see about until 5 p.m. at 5 p.m. all the way into Friday. And then again, for the wind advisory comes into play for our region here locally. You see that in there with a wind advisory. Winds are going to get up to at least about 50 miles per hour, plus in some cases holding on to the forecast for you. Heavy snowfall kicks in as we go into Saturday and Sunday. We have a winter storm on the way, so we have alert days kicking in for your Saturday night and Sunday night, and that will continue on with dangerous travel due to snow and wind. We also have that increasing up to about 12 inches of snow plus in the forecast. We'll hold on to, again, the temperatures in the teens and the 20s and the low 30s in the forecast. Holding on the possibility of this with light rainfall kind of sneaking out from this early morning. You can see that already going towards Lake Michigan. We'll also see as we get into it more of that wind, more of that moisture is coming back again from areas right by Billings, Montana, working into areas right by the northern interior of the United States there, getting right back into areas by Bismarck, and then eventually we'll see that come back again with rainfall associated with that as well. We'll pick it up as we roll into it. Breezy and gusty winds kick in later on. Right now, those winds, as we're going into the afternoon, they'll see those winds are light, then they'll begin to pick up 25-mile-per-hour winds by 3 o'clock, though. Then they'll see those winds up to near 40 miles per hour getting into your evening commute, finishing out there as well. You'll see that all the way through your commute, from near 40-mile-per-hour winds. And then once you get into the evening and overnight, late night, you're seeing winds up to 46 to near 50 miles per hour. And that will only get stronger as we go on the overnight hours all the way into your Friday. Holding on to how this all shapes up, getting into south zones, you're having mostly cloudy to cloudier skies. West be at 42 degrees with mostly cloudy skies. You'll get all the way up into areas right by La Crescent at 46 degrees, down by Prairie du Chien, 46 degrees. Partly cloudy skies, I should say 46 degrees, holding on to mostly cloudy skies with a little bit of light rainfall. Similar conditions for La Crosse, mostly cloudy conditions, 46 degrees. You'll hold on Alps to the north, though, with more cloudier skies in the forecast there. A little light rainfall. That, too, will turn into a mix of rain and snow, possibly. Up in areas to the north by Eau Claire, definitely with cloudier skies here around. You'll be seeing 40s pretty much to the upper 30s. And, of course, everybody's going to get some freezing rainfall turning into, again, as you can see, into snow later on. You have snowfall coming first by Eau Claire, brushing us by the 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock hour this morning, turns into a mix of rain and snow up to the north, and that gets out of the way. Then we have more rainfall coming back again, crossing the river gradually as we go right into the 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock hour. You see that into your evening commute. Rain and snow up there. That is snowfall turning into ice in the pink. You also see rainfall associated with that as well, so a wintry mix for them along I-94. We, on the other hand, have rainfall here, and it's light, but slowly but surely that rainfall continues to pick up. Light to moderate rainfall starts to work its way toward us here, and we'll also see more snowfall kicking in as well to the north. That's more out of the region, and they get opening skies we get there, but area of low pressure continues to drive that out of the region, bringing in snowfall back behind it, and we go back to snowfall pressing all the way through the morning for tomorrow. As that happens, we'll also find ourselves getting into this, holding on to the possibility of, again, the threat of more snowfall coming in as we go to the weekend. So we're going to find ourselves getting into, again, a winter alert day coming in for Saturday and Sunday, Saturday night, Sunday night as well, and then we'll go into drier conditions after we get into Monday afternoon. 19 degrees for your high, though, and eventually we'll get in the 20s and the 30s and the 50s to finish out the remainder into next week.
Thank you, Art. New this morning with the April 7th election coming up, there's a chance to meet the candidates running for La Crosse County Board face-to-face, and we're joined by Leslie Wegener, president of the La Crosse Area League of Women Voters, to tell us more. Good morning, Leslie. Nice to see you. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, we're excited to see you. So tell us a little bit about this open house and what can people expect?
I think what people can expect when they come to this event is a cup of coffee. They can expect people like them from the community who are interested in what's going to be on their spring ballot. They want to maybe meet their local candidate who they might not have ever heard of before. And they can expect to see some League of Women Voters and other volunteers there to help them introduce them, to help them understand the voting process, what they need to bring to the polls, where they register, where they vote. It's just going to be an event where people are comfortable in talking about doing their civic duty, their civic responsibility.
Great.
41 candidates. I mean,
Yes.
isn't that a bit overwhelming, right?
It's a lot of people. There are 30 seats on the La Crosse County Board. So we opted for this event on Saturday to try to make the size a little more manageable by doing a morning and an afternoon session. So we're going to invite candidates and residents who live in districts 1 through 15 to come in the morning, and also then in the afternoon, candidates from districts 16 through 30 to be there for the afternoon session.
Okay, and we should have that information to pop up on the screen so that people can follow along with that. And where do we go to see what district we're in? That would probably be a good idea.
There's a couple of ways that you can do that. It's very easy to go online at myvote.org, and you just can put in your address, and it will tell you what voting district you're in.
Okay, perfect.
And we also have our own League of Women Voters website where we have the district map up and also the list of all the candidates who are there, so you can look at our website as well.
Okay, great to know.
Why is the county board election so important to residents?
You know, I think that people might overlook how many local issues affect them close to home, and these spring elections, which are always, you know, nonpartisan local elections, are usually very low turnout. So even though we've increased in recent years, I think if people have interest in public safety or their transportation infrastructure or affordable housing or the local economy, they might not realize what a role the La Crosse County Board has in those things. So they should come in and, you know, meet these people who are looking for their vote. Think of it as a job interview. You want to be able to ask these people what, you know, what their views are, how they would get the job done.
Yeah, that's very important, especially with so many candidates. And so is there any registration required, or can people just show up to the event?
People can just show up. That's what an open house is all about. You can walk in, stay as long as you want. There's no firm start time, end time. We'll be happy to see you whenever you want to show up. We're going to be at the Cleary Center on Saturday. First morning session starts at 9:30 a.m., but we will be there, of course, setting up before that. So come in and have a cup of coffee and meet some league volunteers.
Okay, yeah, I'm sure you guys are always accepting new volunteers too if people want to get involved.
Absolutely. At this time of year, we are doing everything everywhere all at once.
Yeah.
You'll be seeing a lot of league people and league activity in the community. I saw a billboard when I was driving in this morning.
Okay.
Yard signs will be going up.
Yeah,
so.
okay, great to know there. All right, and before we go, anything else you would say to encourage the public to come out? You know, maybe they don't attend these kind of events typically. Why would you get them out there?
You know, I think, you know, we are part of a local civic engagement coalition, which includes 4 other members at this point. We partner with the Chamber of Commerce, we partner with LADCO, we partner with the UWL Political Science Department. And our whole purpose in doing these kind of events is to provide an opportunity for people to converse, have a civil conversation, connect with the members of their community. Sometimes you don't get the opportunity to do that.
Right.
These candidates might not be going door to door all the time, but they live in your neighborhood, they live in your district. So we just want to make it a, you know, a friendly, comfortable, informal environment for people to come in and learn more about the people who are running for office.
Okay, great. A lot can start with a conversation, so thank you so much for being here this morning.
Thanks a lot.
No
Appreciate
problem.
the time.
Stay with us. We're back right after this.
A big part of my job is building relationships with people, and being the team you can trust means being here for you.
Everybody's welcome at Firefighters Credit Union.
I'm a window and door lead foreman here at Asher Lasting Exteriors. It's nice to work for a company that's been around for 50 years. I enjoy coming to work every day. We have a good family culture here at Asher. I enjoy seeing the customers get excited about their new windows and doors. They seem to really like the product we install. I enjoy the job, and I love what I do.
Visit Holton Jewelry Co. in Winona to sell your valuables at our 3-day-only buying event from March 17th to March 19th. Bring in your gold, silver, fine jewelry, diamonds, coins and currency, and more to receive a non-obligation offer and immediate payment. No appointment necessary. For more information and a full list of what we buy, visit nationalrarities.com.
Shopping for your next car or truck? Get more with Maury's. At Maury's Auto Group, more isn't extra. It's just what we do. More transparency, more clarity, more trust, and more value with Maury's More Care program, which includes complimentary first year of maintenance on new vehicles and complimentary powertrain warranty on pre-owned vehicles. That's real peace of mind long after you drive off the lot. Find your more at Maury'sAuto.com. Get more with Maury's.
There's never been a better time to enjoy quality FlexSteel furniture than right now during the FlexSteel Factory Authorized Sale at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. You'll save on sofas made in the latest styles, chairs in your choice of fabrics, sectionals designed to fit your space, even luxurious leather sofas and recliners. Every FlexSteel style is included a huge savings of up to 40% off. Unlimited choices, big sale prices, and special financing happening now during the FlexSteel Factory Authorized Sale at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota.
A big part of my job is building relationships with people. And being the team you can trust means being here for you.
Cause everybody's welcome at Firefighters Credit Union.
Zachary Fritz will spend the rest of his life in a psychiatric institution, not a prison. In court yesterday, Judge Elliot Levine found Fritz not guilty by reason of mental disease in the fatal stabbing of his wife. His attorneys argued he was in a manic episode caused by bipolar disorder at the time of the killing. The judge sided with the defense's forensic psychologist over the prosecution's expert who argued he was not mentally ill.
You know he's faking it, he said, because from my experience, he's faking it. Well, by Dr. Ender's experience, he wasn't faking it. She has more experience in these type of facilities and this type of situation than he does.
This was the outcome that we were seeking in this trial. It's obviously the very beginning of the journey for Mr. Fritz.
This is the second time Fritz has been found not guilty due to mental illness. The same verdict was reached in a 2009 domestic abuse case. Reporting live from the newsroom, Seth Padilla, News 8 Now this morning.
Thank you for that, Seth. And we'll take a live look at the White House now. The war in Iran now in day 13. President Trump claims victory, but Iran is still launching attacks on neighbors and ships in the region. World leaders are also releasing millions of barrels of oil from reserves to combat rising prices. Law enforcement is downplaying concerns about a possible Iranian drone strike on U.S. soil. An FBI memo warned Iran may attempt a seaborne drone attack off the California coast, but multiple U.S. and state officials say there is no known specific threat behind that right now. 6 future guide dogs hitting the high seas for training. The retrievers and Labradors took a boat trip to get comfortable with ocean movement, light swells and all. It's part of preparing them for any situation they may face with their future owners, including seal encounters. Sea lions. Are those sea lions or seals? What do you think, Art? You're from California. I think they're seals.
I've got nothing to say about that. I can't even see it that far. We're holding on to how we get into the next few days, my friends. We're looking at least some light weather this early morning. Then we have some sunshine. Then we'll give way to at least the possibility of rainfall coming in by the late day as we go into the evening commute. So there'll be wet, possibly from rainfall, maybe a mix of rain and snow in the forecast, turning into snowfall. We have a lot of alerts kicking in as well as you go into it here. So please be careful. I'll post them on the website so you can see them as you go into it. Alert days coming in for Saturday and Sunday as well with a winter storm on the way. So please be safe and prepared.
Okay, quite the dips headed our way. Thank you for that, Art. And thank you for joining us this morning. We will see you back here at noon.